I feel like I am always trying to find the balance between making beautiful, awesome, fun content and spending thousands of dollars on gear. Now, I love gear. You guys know I love gear. But I find that sometimes gear gets in the way of telling a good story or of just creativity in general. For instance, a lot of times I'm like, oh, I want to shoot this thing, I want to do this thing, but I don't have the right lens, I don't have the right gear, and it slows me down. It stops me. So I thought, just how far can I stretch the camera that I have in my pocket every day? The iPhone 11, it's not the Pro, it's not the Pro Max, it's not the Max Pro Stir, it's got the wide lens, and I think the regular lens. So let's see what iPhone footage looks like right out of the box. And as you can see, I haven't done anything to it. It's crisp, it's sharp, a little too sharp at times, it's saturated. Overall, it's beautiful. A lot of times it does look like it's shot out of a cell phone, but the dynamic range is pretty amazing. And I feel like sometimes you can get almost like an HDR look just with it straight out of the box. I also love the wide angle. To me, it gives you so much more room to just play around and have fun. I went onto the App Store and got an app called the Moment app. Now, Moment is a company you guys all know. I'm sure they sell lenses for your cell phone, but they also have an app that allows for you to do flat profiles and change your shutter speed and stuff like that. Now let's see what this iPhone footage looks like with the help of the Moment app.
So casually keep diving into concrete, so bittersweet, huh? Keep losing sleep while driving in the backseat. What's left of me? Drowning in what feels just like an ocean. Negativity is getting closer. Hard to keep the heat when it gets colder. You know, sometimes everything just gets hard. Sometimes everything just gets harder. Feeling like I'm missing some parts. Days just keep on getting much darker. Even when I'm down in the lower, I remember what you were saying. Sometimes all you need is a spark, and maybe just a better kind of bitter.
As you can tell, it does a pretty good job. A few issues that I ran into though. I don't have any ND filters. Typically, if you're shooting 24 frames a second, which is about what our eye sees, it's too bright, especially in bright daylight. You're gonna need something to kind of shade it, sunglasses for your lens. So I found myself in this predicament where I really wanted to shoot 24 frames a second because I wanted that cinematic feel, but at the same time, everything was blown out and I didn't have any way to fix it. So I made the decision to try to shoot 4K 60 frames a second. Now, this went really well, and I was able to stop it down just enough to be able to expose correctly. But I found out later as I was editing that the iPhone has a variable frame rate. So, and I thought the Moment app would change that, but I guess not, because as you can see, my frame rate bounces around, so it's not always 60 frames a second. So you're probably seeing some dropped frames. That's because of the variable frame rate. I honestly feel like our phones are getting to the point where we are running out of excuses as creators to not create. Now, don't get me wrong, like I've said, there are places where it falls short, but for what you can do with it, it's pretty amazing. So if you have a great idea or something like that and you're just dying to make it, don't let gear stop you. Know what your gear's limitations are, know what it can't do, and then do everything it can. If you want more Klapp content, my wife and I have a podcast called Klapp Podcast. My wife also has a YouTube channel. It's more of our family vlog stuff. It's on Portia Klapp, and I will link those all down below. See you next week. I just realized I forgot to move my son's high chair this whole time. So, if you're wondering what this is, now you know.